Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. The royal family's International Women's Day tribute has sparked quite the debate as keen-eyed royal watchers noted a glaring omission, the Princess of Wales. The official post, a collection of images celebrating female royals captured by female photographers, featured Queen Camilla, Princess Anne, and the Duchess of Edinburgh, yet Catherine, one of the most prominent members of the royal family and a passionate photographer herself, was nowhere to be seen. The post paid homage to the long history of female photographers working with the royals, highlighting figures such as Frances Sally Day, Dorothy Wilding, and Christina Ebenezer. However, it wasn't long before the comments section was flooded with questions and frustrations from royal supporters. With all due respect, you're missing one of the most significant and influential royal women in this, Princess Catherine of Wales, one commenter pointed out. Another added, "Big mistake not including HRH Catherine, the Princess of Wales." Others highlighted Catherine's personal contributions to photography, both in front of and behind the lens, omitting the Princess of Wales, who has not only been photographed professionally by other women, but also is a keen photographer herself, is questionable at best, insulting at worst, read another comment. Some speculated that Catherine's absence might be due to the fact that she has not been photographed professionally by many female photographers, though others suggested she could have been acknowledged for her work behind the camera. The royal family turned out in full force for yesterday's Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey, marking a significant return for both King Charles and the Princess of Wales. Last year's event saw notable absences, with both the King and Kate unable to attend due to their respective cancer treatments. This year, however, the Prince and Princess of Wales joined the King and Queen along with other senior royals for the annual celebration. Kate, making her first appearance at the service in 2 years, wore a striking red Catherine Walker dress with a matching hat by Gina Foster. The bold colour choice coincidentally matched that of Labour's deputy leader, who also opted for bright red. Kate wore her long brown hair down and accessorised with pearls. Queen Camilla, in contrast, chose a softer look, wearing a pale pink wool crepe and satin coat dress by Fiona Clare, paired with a beret hat by Philip Treacy. The service, a key event in the royal calendar, was attended by dignitaries and representatives from across the Commonwealth. As part of the proceedings, the King's annual address was included in a special booklet distributed to the congregation. In his message, Charles underscored the importance of unity and environmental stewardship, stating that restoring the disrupted harmony of our entire planet remains humanity's most important challenge. Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, was notably absent from Monday's Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey. However, the Duchess had a legitimate reason for her absence, as she is due to travel to the United States for a series of engagements in New York. The reason for Prince Edward's non-attendance remains unclear, although many suspected he was off celebrating his 61st birthday. While you have your phone out, open up Apple Music and groove to the King's playlist. His Majesty, the King, has unveiled a deeply personal musical selection in a new collaboration with Apple Music to mark Commonwealth Day. The King's Music Room is a celebration of diverse musical traditions from across the Commonwealth, featuring an eclectic mix spanning 1930s crooners, Afrobeats, disco, and reggae. The playlist includes music from the likes of Bob Marley, Kylie Minogue, Grace Jones, and Ray. It has been recorded from within the King's own office at Buckingham Palace, providing a rare glimpse into his personal relationship with music. In a statement accompanying the project, the King reflected on the profound role music has played in his life, saying, "Throughout my life, music has meant a great deal to me. It has that remarkable ability to bring happy memories, comfort us in times of sadness, and take us to distant places. But perhaps above all, it can lift our spirits to such a degree, and all the more so when it brings us together in celebration. In other words, it brings us joy. So this is what I particularly wanted to share with you, songs which have brought me joy. This seems such an interesting and innovative way to celebrate this year's Commonwealth Day." The show is shaped by His Majesty's experiences with interactions with musicians over the years, including his meeting with Bob Marley's widow, Rita, during a visit to Jamaica in 2000. Footage also captures the King sitting at an antique desk, complete with an illuminated on-air sign, lending a broadcast quality charm to the recording. Errol and Wallen, Master of the King's Music, there's a title for you, praised the initiative, noting, "You can see His Majesty's wide-ranging enthusiasm for music in this playlist to mark Commonwealth Day. The Commonwealth has produced more than its fair share of wonderful songs, singers and musicians, and this fun and eclectic collection is a great reminder of this treasure trove of creativity." The King joins other members of the royal family in engaging with Apple projects. William previously recorded an episode for Apple Fitness Plus's Time to Walk series in 2021, while Harry collaborated with Oprah Winfrey on a mental health documentary series for Apple TV Plus in the same year. The King's Music Room is also being broadcast on Apple Music One and Apple Music Hits. Meghan Markle appeared on the Drew Barrymore show to promote her new Netflix series, With Love, Meghan, and her lifestyle brand As Ever. Meghan reflected on the promise the Duke of Sussex made to her early in their relationship, recalling advice she received from a family she babysat for during her college years. Meghan shared, "One of the dads said to me, 'Meghan, when you meet your person one day, I want him to say to you the same thing that I said to my wife when we got married, which is, I vowed to always date my wife.'" She then revealed that when she told Harry about this sentiment at the start of their courtship, his response was immediate, "I vow to always date you." According to Meghan, maintaining that sense of courtship is central to their relationship. "We have this connection, I think, because we're so committed to treating each other the same way you did before you had a ring on it, before it was locked down. When you're just courting each other and you can see all the good and joy in that butterfly period, and that's, I think, what keeps things really alive." During the interview, the Duchess spoke warmly about her husband, calling him the funniest, sweetest, most charming person, while also praising him as an amazing father. I mean, look, life is full of surprises. I did not expect to meet H and for this to be our love story. And I'm very lucky. I count my blessings because I have him and I also have a partner who is so supportive of me. With Love, Meghan is being described as picked up for a second season, but industry insiders are reporting the episodes were already shot and just not deployed, suggesting a second season was a foregone conclusion, as the reception likely could not have been any worse. Despite the backlash surrounding her Netflix series, Meghan Sussex has pressed ahead with the launch of her lifestyle brand As Ever. The Duchess has now sent out the brand's first ever newsletter, revealing an assortment of artisanal products, including a raspberry spread and edible flower petals, though pricing details remain undisclosed. In the email, Meghan reflects on how much has changed since she last sent newsletters for her former lifestyle blog, The Tig, but also notes the aspects of her life have remained the same. "I'm so happy to have you join me on this adventure," she writes, addressing her subscribers as friends. "Some of you will remember receiving newsletters similar to this one back in 2014 when I founded The Tig." She continues, "Though much has changed since then, so much has stayed the same. I still dance in my kitchen, experiment with recipes, get my hands dirty in the garden, laugh with friends over way too many glasses of wine, and pivot from going out in a date night-worthy dress to being cozy at home in sweats and a baseball cap." Meghan describes her product line as one designed to make your everyday moments memories, to turn a basic breakfast into a beautiful snapshot of your life. She explains, "The idea was born from jars of preserves I was canning with fruit I picked from my garden. It began quite literally with something sweet, and through every twist and turn as a founder, it has become something even sweeter." The Duchess also shares a personal reflection on resilience, likening her journey to making an omelette. "They say you have to break a lot of eggs to make an omelette, and that is true. Sometimes they fall, sometimes they crack, and sometimes you don't have enough eggs at all. But I will tell you this much, no matter how many eggs break in the process, you can still end up with a pretty great omelette." Alongside the raspberry spread and edible flowers, the As Ever product range includes limited edition wildflower honey with honeycomb, herbal teas and hibiscus, peppermint and lemon ginger, as well as pre-made French-style boxed crepe mix and shortbread cookie mix with flour sprinkles, both of which feature in her Netflix series. The brand's website described As Ever as more than a brand. It's a love language. Created by Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, As Ever welcomes you to a collection of products, each inspired by her long-lasting love of cooking, entertaining, and hostessing with ease. This curated collection has been crafted to elevate your everyday and inspire moments of joy. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and give us a review of 5 stars if you're enjoying the show. And I hear many of you are enjoying the show. Don't forget, we have a new show out called White Smoke, The Path to a New Pope, from Calaruga Shark Media. And it's a wonderful, historical, timely, cool look at the papal election process. You can get that show wherever you get your podcasts. White Smoke, The Path to a New Pope. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.